bike good and warmed up. So ride it around for about 15-20 minutes or so. Get the gears shifted, get all the fluids warmed up. To get to the transmission drain plug, it's kind of tough. So here's where we are. We follow the oil fill plug down, and you'll see these two shocks at the bottom, and at the top, towards the top of the two shocks here, this is the one, this is the other. So this one's closer to the right side, this is on the left side, and see at the top, right in between there is your bolt, and that's your tranny drain bolt. And yes, it is hard to get to. And once you locate it, you will need a stubby extension to crack it loose, and be very careful that you don't touch the exhaust as you're working, because it's very hot because you've warmed up the bike. So we're going to let that tranny fluid drain until it comes to a slow drip, and at this point it kind of helps if you have a buddy that can lean that bike over so that it's upright, and that'll just kind of help the flow of it. Something that'll help it drain a little bit more smoothly is if we loosen the fill plug, which we'll have to do anyway. So the fill plug here is the seat, and we just go straight down. Here on the side, it's the only one that takes a 3/8" Allen. So we'll go ahead and loosen it up. So now the tranny oil is at a very slow drip, so we're going to go ahead and replace the plug. And unfortunately, this is it's a real feeling out process, just as we had to get access to it the first time. But when you know where it is, it becomes a little bit easier to do that. And once you've done this job a couple times, you'll sort of feel where that bolt goes. So we'll hand tighten it first, because the ratchet, you just can't really tell where it is. You can leave it back over. I'm just back on the kickstand. All right. So you get a hand tight first, and we'll finish off with the ratchet. Tranny bolt's pretty tight. I don't like to over tighten it because, again, I look for drips. I'll notice drips. I'll retighten it if there's any leaks. All right, so now we're just gonna dump our old fluid into a waste can. And you can take this old oil, old fluid can to any auto parts store like Advance or AutoZone, and they have a big vat in the back where they allow you to just dump all your old fluid out in. Now we're going to refill with transmission oil, and it takes between 22 and 24 ounces, but we have a dipstick that we can measure, and 22 to 24 ounces is roughly, that's 24 on the bottle, just so you know how much you're pouring. Now pour this slowly, because this small hole will only accept so much at a time. Because if you pour it too fast, it's going to start coming back out. So I filled it up to about 22, maybe a little bit more than 22 ounces, and I'm going to go ahead and check with my dipstick level right now, see where we're at. This annoying hose out of the way, and hopefully we're in good stead. So when I check it, I like to go ahead and screw it in. We got our fill plug out, and we are between the minimum and the maximum, so that's good. I'll just fill it up a little bit more and tighten it up, but you basically just tighten this back up with a 3/8" Allen, and you're good to go for your tranny fluid, and that's how you do it.